All right, so quick check to make sure that I'm not scamming you, that my headline wasn't a scam. There's it's on Legend. You can pause that to make sure, but it's on Legend. To be honest, this, like, trying to beat Legend is real, especially playing with Barcelona. Barcelona is like the hardest team you can play on Legend. I think Liverpool was pretty rough too. But in PES 2019, Barcelona was an unrighteous. I played it so many times. I won them a few times, but I lost most of the time. Most of the time I would lose. And it would be very annoying losses because I'd play well and I'd still lose. So this is basically my guide walkthrough. I don't know what to call it. My thing. Basically, this is my thing to show you how I did it. And maybe my tips might be helpful to some of you, maybe it might not be. This video is 20 something minutes long, and that is too. I don't know if I can talk through this thing. First of all, I should apologize. There's no sound because I thought the sound was recording, but apparently I didn't set it up properly, which is an absolute shame because I have Japanese commentary and it's the best. Japanese, listen, if you're like a classic PES player, you know that Japanese commentary is the best. And I have Japanese commentary, but for some reason I didn't enable it when I was recording on my computer. So yes, I should also say that I am playing on a Windows machine. I'm playing on an Acer Helios 300. I think that's what this thing is called. I'm playing on an Acer Helios 300. And yes, so I'm having frame rate issues for some reason. I don't know why. Normally it should be high performance because I have a good graphics card, but I don't know, for some reason I keep having issues. But I think I got a steady 60 FPS. So that goal was a lucky goal. It's one of those things when I saw, I'm like, I'm not really playing against Legend. But sometimes you get lucky. It happens. Sometimes they actually concede really stupid goals like that. I don't know how that went in. But yes, I was just happy to score. So it's 1-0. It's a good day for me. I was happy to score. I don't know if I allowed many of the other goals replay like that though. I'm very impatient with replays. I don't know why, but I just want to get the game done and over with. I don't know. I guess that's a holdover from when I used to play. From all the time I used to play. I'm not a particularly skilled. I don't think I'm particularly skilled. I don't think I'm like extraordinarily skilled. Because especially considering the fact that I had to play this 1,000 times to actually get it right. I have won a few times, but I've lost so many other times. So my tips for ever beating Legend. A good team is necessary. I have tried beating Legend with Bournemouth, I think. Yeah, that was lucky. I've tried beating them with Bournemouth. That didn't happen. That didn't go down particularly well. I would actually play like I would be competitive, but then there'd just be like a silly thing and my players would stop running or some other. This game cheats a lot, by the way. The AI is ridiculous. It absolutely cheats. It will slow you down, even though you can read. You can interpret and you can read like their moves ahead of time, but quite a bit of time they'll slow you down. Yeah, so they're peppering my goal, as you can see. I should tell you that I defended like an absolute noob sometimes, and I used to play. And the reason why this video is so long is because the game went to extra time, and you see how all that unfolded. But I keep messing around in my box. Pro tip: never mess around your box with the AI on Legend. On top player, you can mess around your box. They might not be so aggressive, but on Legend, they will kick your butt all the time. So that's one tip that you could use. Another tip, okay, that's how they equalize. Very annoying. I'm sure did I allow that play? Wow, that's amazing. I did not think that I would allow that entire thing play, but it's pretty good. Yeah, that's why I stopped there. I was so ticked off. Because they move the ball so quickly, and even though I could see the move before it happened, for some reason I still kept having problems. Okay, so Tips. Yes. What are that tips? Now, this is a strange tip to give, but when I realized that it was such a big deal, like I didn't stand a chance of actually winning them until I found out a few things. Number one, very important. Input lag is a problem, especially on a first person shooter, especially if you're not competitive. Input lag might not be a big issue, but for something like this, like for top player, it's not too much of an issue because they're not that aggressive. But here the details really matter. The AI on Legend, they are very aggressive, and the details really matter. So your ability to get into a tackle, because they turn quickly, they move the ball, they shift the ball really fast. So your ability to get to when you hit the control, there needs to be as little interference between you hitting the control and you actually, logging the input, as it were, making the tackle or shooting the ball. And quite a few times you'll see where I'm about to pull the trigger or something, and they just, as we say in Nigeria, they seized my leg. So there's a lot of leg seizing going on in this video you're watching. That will go on in this video you're watching. They're very aggressive. So you want to reduce input lag. Now, for those who don't know, input lag is basically between the point where you tap the button and when the action is done on screen, there's a chain of events that has to happen. Now, the fewer the events that have to happen under the hood, the less time it takes for when you press for the action to occur on the screen. So different things can cause interference that might make it basically. Input lag means that there is a time lapse between when you press the button and when the action occurs. So you want to minimize that as much as possible. There is, like 100% of the time, there's some input lag, but I guess if you minimize that was really bad play by me. But I guess if you minimize that, you get much better results. So here's what I did. Okay, I did a few things to minimize my input lag. First of all, I slowed the game down. Which makes sense. I slowed the game down. So normally the game should be played at 0 speed. I forgot to I should have shown you the settings, but basically I'm playing. It actually looks slow when you watch it anyway. It looks like I'm playing a little slower. That's because I slowed the game down to like a -1. So there's the game speed settings, and you can speed up or slow the game down. I can play it at very fast speeds, but the input lag was so bad that I had to slow the game down so that I could even give myself a chance. So yes, I'm playing really bad. Like I always do, my like in the middle, I can move the ball, I can shift the ball around in midfield. But when it gets to the final ball, I kept messing it up. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know how I ended up winning this game. But yes, so the input lag was a big deal, and what I did to fix that was I stopped playing, because I play on a laptop. So I play on an external monitor. Oh, one is halftime, yay! So normally I play on a monitor, on an external monitor. That used to severely increase the input lag. I don't know, something about sticking in the HDMI cable and stuff. I had a lot of input lag, and then apparently you have to put your monitors in game mode to get the best results, because game mode essentially means that all the pre-processing because actually when what you see on your monitor is sort of kind of a processed image, and so when you put on game mode, it turns off all the processing and gives you it gives you like raw footage. Basically, it doesn't compensate for anything, which is when the thing called ghosting occurs, which I think you can see that it's ghosting really badly, because I think I actually went on to score from this. Yes, I did. I scored. So it's ghosting really badly, but I had to suffer that because of the input lag. They actually tackled me, and you can see the linesman raising his flag. They're really aggressive. That's how you know it's Legend. They're really aggressive. So yeah, I had to get rid of my input lag. So if you're playing on a PlayStation or an Xbox, your TV, if it's a fairly current TV, should have some kind of game mode. You need to use that, or a PC mode. You need to use that. When you use that, it should presumptively, it should reduce. It should help you reduce the input lag. It should cut out a lot of the processing. I don't know how I played like that badly, but yes, I should have taken the ball cleanly there. I didn't. Sucks to be me. So yes, input lag. That's the first thing. Second pro tip. You want to play through the wings. Generally, at least that's what I found. Oh yeah, you're going to live dangerously quite a bit as well. Especially if you're defending as I did. I defended like an absolute idiot a lot of the times. If you're going to defend like I did, you're going to have a lot of very scary moments like that. This is just lazy play. See that thing? Just hoofing the ball up and just doing the... I used to watch commentary in Japanese, so I don't say through pass, I say suru, because that's how they say it in the Japanese commentary. Suru kunde. Yes. So I used to play up suru. That's how we used to call it. That's what we used to call it. We used to call it up suru. So those lazy up suru balls are very stupid. Don't do that. Well, do that, but do it when there's space, or else you just lose possession for nothing, because they read those things pretty easily on Legend. But yeah, play wide. Try to always play wide. I don't know if you should play counter attack or possession. I guess do what's comfortable for you, but try to play wide, because there's always space. You see, there's space in the wings. It's just how especially when you're playing like Barcelona, there's just space on the wings. That's just what it is. There's space on the wings, and yeah, he totally destroyed me there. They're really aggressive. That's how you know it's like they're really, really aggressive. They don't allow you play with the ball for nothing. And for some reason, I don't know, I was really bad with this free kick. I vaguely remember I wasted. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, so I wasted a free kick. So yeah, play wide. There's spaces on the wings. Even if you pass the ball on the ground, when you get wide, even if you end up passing the ball on the ground, if you end up crossing in the air, whatever, play wide and then enable advanced instructions. See if you can enable centering targets. So to make sure that you always have players in the middle, because it's like the easiest. If there's any one cheat code I can give you to exploit them, it is input. I was about to say input lag again. This is brilliant. It is it's the wings. You can get them on the wings. So, and look, this is 70 minutes and I'm in the lead, right? You'd think you can see it out, man. You can do this. You can see it out. I did not see it out. So another tip I would give you is be a little cynical. Sometimes just clear the ball. See all that nonsense I'm doing. I always get a chance to clear the ball, but I never do. I'm passing the ball here. Another tip I should definitely give you: take your hand. As that guy should have gone. That's very stupid play. Anyway, another tip I will give you: take your hand off run. Take your finger off run. Just take your finger off run. When you pass the ball, I know, because you always want to be in a hurry, which is why it's good that you slow the game down so that you can think. So slow the game down. That's another tip. I already said that, but yeah, slow the game down so you can think. But take your finger off the run button when you are in possession of the ball. When you're trying to defend, yes, you can run, but I should have scored that. Oof, dang it. When you're trying to defend, take your finger. Yeah, you can run when you try to defend. When you get within, when you're within, like when you're close to the position, yes, you can put your finger on. They kept beating me in the air. When you're close, when you're defending in wide areas, you can put your finger on run so that you can keep up with the play. But once the ball gets into your box, avoid hitting the run button as well, because you want fine granular control of your player when they are in possession. How did I not win this game straight up at 81 minutes? That is strange. Anyway, it appears I didn't. Uh, that's so annoying. This is where they scored. That's where they scored. PS. I want the kids to be able to see this. If not, I really meant to swear. That goal really annoyed me. Because it was one of those things where, at some point I could have yanked the ball out. I'm sure I could have cleared the ball easier there. Look at that. That's just, don't do that. Don't do that. Pro tip, don't do that. Don't mess around. Don't mess around your box. Don't do that. Don't do that. I did that a lot. See, I'm just messing around. They should have actually. I was actually lucky. I was very lucky that he was in there. Rabiot came back to defend. They should have scored me there because I was really. So don't do that. Don't pass around. They will take possession. If you keep messing around, they will take possession. But when you're here like that, see, I just took my finger off run. Once you take your finger off run, you can actually pass it here. I didn't want to score the exact same goal, so I tried to pass it out, which was very stupid. But I could conceivably have tried to score the same goal I scored before. Don't resist the temptation. It will feel like, because see how they're pressing, there's like 4 on 3. It will feel like they're closing in and you'd want to move the ball quicker, so you press run. Don't do that. You lose possession more certainly, because they would run the scatter in many different directions. Anyway, this is where I close this part where this is where I did the damage, because I don't know, I felt like I kind of figured them out a little bit at this point. I feel like I'd figured them out. So yeah, I figured them out a little bit. So I think I scored here. I don't know what point I scored. But you see, once you take your finger out front, you can do damage easily. There's space in the wings. There's always space in the wings. Some people play through the center, if you can play quickly, but Barcelona especially will not allow you play through the center. I guarantee you that they won't. They play very compact. The way they defend, first of all, they press hardcore, and they come on strong. I don't know how Suarez ended up heading that ball. I could have sworn that I had it under control, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So it's a corner. I was lucky there. I was very lucky. They should have totally equalized. I was very. I don't know how Luis Suarez. Corners are a strange thing for me. Sometimes I think I have them figured out. Sometimes I realize I don't. Like even when you're going for this 50-50, take your finger off run. Because personally, that's a mistake I made a lot. I used to have my finger on run quite a bit. So, but take your finger off run. Then I started trying to clear the ball, but then they were always hacking at the ball. So, and I'd lose possession and I'd go back again. It was frustrating. So when you try to clear the ball with purpose. Now I'm going to pass the ball for sure, and then I'm going to lose it because Cavani, as you can see, is dead. So yeah, take your finger off run. So yeah, take your finger off run. Oof, and see if you can. And try. Okay, yes, this is a defensive tip that I'm going to give you. Set your defensive. Did I score? Set your defense to do frontline pressure, but then don't pressure. Nice, Neymar. Sweet goal, 4-2. Set your defense to not pressure, and then set your defense to pressure, but then don't pressure. I'll try to explain that. Sweet goal by Neymar. Lovely. Sweet goal by Neymar. Okay, so that's how I made it 4-2. And basically, from this point on, it was a possession. It's just remaining 50 minutes, and I destroyed them. By the way, if you can survive, here's another tactic I can tell you. I used some other time. I started trying to do some substitutions here. Sort of nonsense. But here's another tip you can use. You can defend massively for about 70 minutes. And if the game is level at like 70-80 minutes, switch to an attacking formation and then press. Yes, that's a good tactic. If you are, because what happens is the AI gets very aggravated, they get very frustrated. Once you hit around 70 minutes, 60, 70 minutes, and they are still level, they become desperate. So they'll keep making substitutions, they'll keep pressing forward, then spaces will open up at the back, for sure. They will press high up, they'll keep a high defensive line, and you can literally just set like a counter-attacking formation, and you can hit them quick. But you have to be in the game on 70-minute mark out of 90. I played really horribly here, really bad. This is the last bit of it. It was bad. I was absolutely bad. But I survived. I made it. Made it alive. Yes, I made it alive. So yes, those are my tips. What else could I possibly tell you? Yes. So I don't know if I finished my thought about playing aggressively but not playing aggressively. So set frontline pressure on your defensive tactics, but then don't pressure. What that does, I think, is that it helps your players keep some kind of shape. Because when you do like the all-out defense thing, everybody just runs back, stays back, but then it's easier for them to pull your players out of position. But if you play, sorry, I was having serious frame rate issues. As you can see, my frame rate dipped to 15. I don't know why. It drove me mad. Anyway, yeah. But yes, don't pressure. Ask them to pressure, but then don't pressure. When they are passive, it's very easy for the AI to cut through them. You even be wondering how come you're conceding. Look at that. They should have scored. That was very lucky. I was very lucky. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. That's very stupid. Don't do that. They'll take the ball. These are the stupid things that I used to do on top player and get away with, that I still thought I could get away with here. And also, I didn't have the guts to take out Neymar and Mbappe, even though they were clearly tired. So yeah, but yeah, those are my tips. The game is almost done. I didn't get much of the ball after this. I didn't care to. As you can see, they are on high attacking. When you look at they are on high attacking, and I'm on defensive. If you look at the names, I'm already on defense. That is just bad. Why am I passing the ball in there? Yes, but I'm on defensive and they're on attacking. So this is basically what happens when you hit if you're like 70, 80 minutes, they get frustrated and they press. If you can play out of this press, you'll be fine. If you can somehow figure out how to play out of this press, you'll be fine. So the game is almost done. I hope that you found something useful in all my... I'm not like the greatest player, so if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm not the greatest player. But yeah, that's how I beat Barcelona 4-2 on legend difficulty. And the frame rates went to crap again. Alright, guys. Look at the stats. Okay, yeah, stats. Didn't do badly. Shots on target. I had 6 shots on target. Wow, it's not bad. Normally I get 1. But yeah, do what I said. You should have hope. Alright, peace out, guys.